Now, the final type of variable that I want to talk about are just unnecessary variables. So these are variables that are not related to y or outcome in any way. So this variable, I'm going to call it x2. It might be associated with x1. It might not be associated with x1 at all. It might just be associated with something else. If it is not associated with the outcome, we're going to not need to include it. So let me just write that. We don't want to include these. Right? So we don't want to include it if it's not a confounder, or it's not associated with the outcome. If it's not an effect modifier, and if it was not associated with the outcome, but it did modify the effect that x1 has on y, we'd include it, right? That's an effect modifier. But these are just variables that are not associated with the outcome. They're not effect modifiers. Even if they are associated with x1, if they're not hitting the outcome in any way, we don't need to include them. So including these unnecessary variables can introduce bias into our regression model coefficients. And we've looked previously at some examples of how just including unnecessary variables, what those can do and how they can lead to bias and things like that. So the main point, if variables are not confounders, not effect modifiers, not independent predictors, do not include them in the model.
Stick around, guys. There's more to see, and please stay safe.